Queensland business owners are predicting a bleak future in the Sunshine State, many believing they'll have to shut up shop by next year. Let's go to Brendan Smith now. He is at State Parliament for us this morning. Brendan, owners and operators are pessimistic about a speedy recovery, aren't they?
Pete, they are indeed. The Suncorp Pulse survey is due out today, and more than 1,200 business owners and operators were surveyed, and it showed almost a quarter believe they've only got around 12 months left in the tank. 13% believe it'll be 6 months, and 14% believe they have just until 3 months' time until they close up shop for good. Of course, we know so many business owners across the nation are relying on these JobKeeper payments. They will be reduced by September and then, of course, ditched by next March. Many Queensland business owners here are relying on economic updates and pre-election promises from both Labor and the LNP with just 89 days until the state election. That really could be make or break for both parties. We know so far the Palaszczuk government has released a number of stimulus packages, but really is rolling out similar packages to what they've had before. The LNP, we know, has announced a new infrastructure package and tax freezes as well, but whether or not that resonates with business owners remains to be seen.
And Brendan, investigations are now underway about whether social distancing rules were broken at an NRL clash.
Yeah, so the Knights vs Storm yesterday on the Sunshine Coast, the NRL has now requested a report from both the stadium and the Storm in relation to social distancing breaches, that with many believing there were breaches happening. We know that right now in Queensland, stadiums can be at 50% capacity. Storm says that crowd numbers were well within that 50% framework, but we are now waiting on a report from both the stadium and the Storm whether or not social distancing rules were breached. We know as well that the government here is still insisting that social distancing needs to be applied across all venues and businesses, that 1.5 metre social distancing and crowd caps do remain in place based on the growing pandemic across the nation. We know right now we are in a fairly good position in terms of numbers. Just one new case yesterday, that was a returned overseas traveller. Contact tracing is still continuing after those 3 Brisbane women allegedly went to Melbourne and then came back into Brisbane by falsifying border declaration documents. The advice does still stand from the government that if anyone is symptomatic, no matter how mild, they should be getting tested immediately.
Okay. Brendan.